Here we go, ringside, Vince Ferrara, Xavier Biggs for our main event of the Georgia Boxing Championships at Buckhead Theater. Paul the Truth Delgado, 25-10-1 in this 8-round welterweight bout against Luis Galarza, 16-2 in his career. Galarza in the blue, white, and red trunks. Paul the Truth Delgado in the white trunks with the gold trim. Heated exchange between these two at the weigh-in yesterday. This bout was supposed to happen at the last Georgia Boxing Championships, but Paul did not make weight, and Galarza reminded him of that and had some talking to do to Paul the Truth Delgado, and Galarza complains of a punch to the back of the head. Paul leans in and knocks Galarza back. El Tano. What do you see here early on, Devin?
Oh, I see a lot of electricity, that's for sure. These guys ain't playing, man.
Well, there's emotion in this too. It's not just two competitors. There's emotion too, right?
Yeah, man. This is gonna be a good night, good fight.
And who controls their emotion is probably gonna be big because Galarza's upset and the big looping right hand connects on Paul as he taps that ear where Daniel hit.
One thing about it, this is the kind of stuff that makes a good fight, because they both want to win bad and they both hungry, and they pumped up for this.
Got a little Latino tempers at play here too.
Puerto Rican fire.
And you mentioned Puerto Rican Luis Galarza, born in Puerto Rico, now makes his home in Antioch, Tennessee. 16-2 in his career, 13 wins via knockout, so he has some pop in those punches. Has one loss by knockout. The 29-year-old stands at 5'11".
Right. But it wasn't definitely no warming up in this round, in the first round. They went right at it. It's gonna be obviously later on in the fight, it's going to be definitely the battle of the wills.
Our referee is Brian Stutz in our main event here tonight, the Georgia Boxing Championships. Paul the Truth Delgado, career. And Paul gets tagged, and on comes Galarza going after Paul. Paul might have been stunned, but he punched his way out.
One thing about it, when you hit a guy and hurt him, that's the very time that you're supposed to relax and take your time and pick your shots, because you just like Galarza just did. He just threw a lot of punches, actually just woke him back up.
And Galarza ate a left hand straight down the chute from Delgado.
I think Galarza was two-gun. He changed stances. Now he's southpaw.
Good exchange from Paul. Might have stuck in the low blow there. We'll see. No warning or anything like that from the referee. So who would you give that first round to, Xavier?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
That was a hard one. He did hurt Paul in that one, though. So I think he might have a small edge because of that. But other than that, it was extremely close.
Second half of our bouts tonight, our card tonight, we've had some very close bouts. We've had a couple of draws in there, very entertaining bouts here in the second half, and a lot of early finishes in the first half. Mentioned Paul Delgado, of course, has Delgado Boxing Gym here in Atlanta. The Truth, 25-10-1 in his career, 4 wins via knockout, 5 losses in his career by way of knockout for the 35-year-old, standing at 5'10". And Paul attributed, when he didn't make weight last time, when these two were supposed to get together at the last Georgia Boxing Championships, on spreading himself too thin, too close after his trip overseas for that bout. When he runs a gym, he's training a number of guys. I mean, by the way, got a family, and that's a lot of different directions you're getting pulled.
No doubt. That's definitely, I can relate to that.
You don't have to get in the ring, or you choose not to get in the ring. We got a break here from referee Brian Stutz. So what does Paul need to do to kind of take the edge here?
I would, if I was in Paul's corner, I'd tell him to relax more and work off the jab more. Work off the jab, move his feints, and try to dictate.
Just
kind of like what he's doing now. Look a little bit more relaxed, touching him with the jab, setting his shots up.
Does Paul maybe not as much there, but at least in the first round and early second, Galarza connected on Paul, and he's got him backed up.
Paul got hurt again. But see, it's not a good idea how Plaza throwing punches. He needs to settle down and start and pick his shots. He's gonna wake him back up.
And there's a cut. I think it might be on the ear of Galarza, but there's blood in the. I think it's the ear. Is that what it is, Xavier? Galarza's ear bleeding? Because he's got blood on the back of his neck a little bit. I think one of his ears is cut. I don't know if it was a headbutt.
It's Paul's cut. Paul's cut.
Oh, it's Paul's cut. Okay.
And Plaza's nose. I think he got a little trickle from the blood in his nose.
So we've got blood here early on in this bout. Second round. Luis Galarza may have the edge right now on Paul the Truth Delgado as they continue to hang on. Galarza missing Paul. Good defense there, but I was going to say Paul looked defensive early on.
Well, like I said earlier, this fight is going to turn into the battle of the wills the way they started off. You know what I mean?
Galarza, very broad shoulders, very strong, put together.
Paul got a lot of experience, so I can see Paul coming back and making this a good fight. You know what I mean? Reaching back on his experience.
Galarza's a taller fighter, but he actually weighed in 1 pound less than Paul. Galarza weighed in at 149, Paul at 150. But Galarza just looks, he's taller, he just looks bigger. But Paul's put together too now. Oh, uppercut landed, and Galarza trying to punch his way out. And he might have Paul hurt. Oh, Paul ate a left. Trying to punch his way out in the brawler, and Paul Delgado comes back out. An end, an exciting end to round number 2. Xavier, what'd you make of that last exchange, and who won the round?
Well, Paul came back pretty strong on that one. I think I'm going to give Paul the edge on that one.
So what'd you think of that? I mean, how many times do you think Paul's been hurt? 2, 3 times?
I've seen him get hurt 3 times. But like I said, he got a lot of experience, so he's coming back good. He recuperates good.
And I don't remember Galarza getting stunned or hurt. Have you?
I didn't see him get stunned or hurt. But this Galarza, he's a tough fighter. This is the first time I've seen him. I'm pretty impressed.
Here's the book on Luis Galarza from what I understand. He's a strong starter, but he doesn't always finish his fights.
Right.
And I think that's where Paul Delgado's camp feels like they can get some work done, is weather the storm early and then break them down as the fight goes on. I mean, it's 8 rounds and it's what we're about.
Well, that means Paul need to go to the body more. He need to make that investment body early. Make it easier later.
It's our longest. Wow, they almost forgot the mouthpiece, and then it fell when they tried to put it in them. Wow, what is it? Does that happen there? Or no? Be honest.
First time I've seen it.
Okay. I mean, the mouthpiece? Wow. Okay. Nonetheless, Galarza might be up 2 rounds to none right now on Paul Delgado, and we'll see if Paul can start to get some work done there, or if Galarza starts to either not finish or slow down. And a big miss, and then Galarza caught him. He says, "Bring it on!" And Paul connects, and that might be.
Also looked like he got hurt on that one.
Yeah, we talked about it. That was probably the first time. Now sticking the jab is Paul ducking. Top of the head.
Galarza is obviously a puncher. That's why he probably faded in the later rounds, because he put everything behind every punch.
And if Paul stumbles, the shorts come down. And we got a timeout as Galarza doesn't want to try to pull his shorts up. Needs some help. Do you really need help to do that, Xavier?
With the gloves on, definitely.
Okay. I mean, all he did is slide it up above his padding. Didn't seem like it needed too much of grip. I think he wanted to buy some time for the break there, in my opinion. But It's all right. Vince Ferrari, Xavier Biggs here ringside. Paul Delgado having a better third round.
That was a good combination Paul just caught Galarza with. Right hand uppercut. Ran right into it.
Paul looks like he's avoiding shots a bit more. So there's blood.
Well, Galarza, he's giving him warnings on every shot he throw. He's a puncher and he's loading up on every shot. Now Paul's starting to gauge him.
Yeah. And Paul looks like he has a cut over the left eye, just to the outside of the left eye. Shouldn't be affecting his vision at all.
What Paul needs to do with this guy is stay relaxed in boxing. He look like this guy only look like he can go one speed.
Paul keeping the hand up. Oh, left hand. Solid to the chin. Both connect. Galarza in the red, white, and blue trunks. Paul Delgado in the white trunks with the gold trim. Paul having a better third round. Vince Ferrari, Xavier Biggs ringside in our main event of the Georgia Boxing Championships here tonight at the Buckhead Theater. Galarza leaned in and got caught by Paul again. Rabbit punch.
This is an excellent main event. Very entertaining fight.
Paul
Galarza looked a little hurt.
Paul has had a terrific third round.
But Paul has to be careful in there though. This guy's a puncher.
Paul taking some shots, responds, and it's an uppercut.
See Paul using a little experience there, holding him down, taking a little steam out of him.
Oh, Paul posing for Galarza. Galarza didn't appreciate it, so the emotion, the trash talk from the weigh-in continuing through this bout.
Right.
Who would you give that round to? Round number 3.
Well, I think I'd give Paul the edge on that one. Although Galarza came back strong in the end of the round, but I think Paul was pretty much ahead. You know what I mean?
Luis Galarza comes in at 16-2 in his pro career, 13 by way of knockout. So you would think if his history is fading some in fights, that he gets his business done early. I mean, if he's going to put a guy down, he's going to put him down early. Paul has withstood the first 3 rounds in an onslaught from Galarza, and we head into round number 4.